Morning, William. Surprised you didn't mention the Doge this morning. So we're still in the 33 range for AMC. If we come down today, guys, it's not gonna look too good for next week, to be honest. Because if we go down today, I don't know how low we can go. 31, 32. That's already testing the 30s again. It's setting up to test the 30s. So we need to see some strength today. That would be my best bet. I'm kind of confused on Baba because I bought two shares yesterday, right? Like super small position. Um, it's already saying I'm down $69, which is so weird. But I bought two thinking it was gonna crack to 150 because that was my initial buy price. I'm like, Baba's gonna go to 150 and then it's gonna bounce from there. That's already like new 52-week lows, but it looks like it's bouncing right now. So I don't know if I should add or should I just wait for it to come down even more. So this is one. Macy's is probably another one that was moving yesterday. Foot Locker. It looks like they crushed earnings. The Doge can go to zero. That's how low it can go. Morning stacks a lot. Robert Brown says, "Wait, you think it could probably go even down even lower than 150? What's going on, Kyoto? What's going on, Remco? You guys see the AI day for Tesla yesterday? The robot? I think that's very crazy. It reminds me of that one movie. Let's call Robert really quick. Morning, Rob. Hello. Hello.
What the hell?
Oh, there we go.
There we go. You there?
Yep, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Had to figure out where the call went.
Oh
Good
man,
morning.
Baba. Damn it.
Damn it, what?
It better come down now. It's bouncing already.
What, Baba is?
Yeah.
Dude, there's going to be more.
Macy's.
Look, the CCP is going to put more shit on Baba. They're still in the process of cracking down on everybody. It's going to come lower.
Let's see. Baidu was another one, I believe. Yeah, Baidu. Look at the 4 hour. The high is 354. We're
Dude,
coming. We're
I'm
coming off
on my phone.
134.
I can't look at. Well, I guess I
Oh yeah.
can.
Oh, you can hear the prices.
Yeah, I can hear the prices.
GameStop's moving 155. AMC as well 34. We need a green day today on AMC. If AMC closes red, it's gonna have a feeling it's gonna crack 30 if it does close red today.
I just read a DD that is damn near a month old, and I missed it when it originally came out, but it was a really good DD on how prime brokers and market makers and everybody's all intertwined. And I was sitting there reading this thing, and I'm just like, wow. And you know how we all, even the GME proponents sit there and talk about how this or that retirement fund has added X number of shares, blah 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 blah.
Oh yeah.
And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I was, thinking, yeah, it's a good thing. Yeah, they think it's going to go up, but the way this DD went really well in depth on this, that the fact that most of these retirement funds, I want to say it was a 2020 report, if I recall correctly, couldn't meet 70% of their requirements. They couldn't make 70, and they're adding these things to loan out the shares. So it's not necessarily a good thing that these idiots are buying in, because they're sitting there loaning them out to hedge funds.
Yeah, I forgot. I think you meant. I think I saw someone mention that on Twitter. That so and so fund added this many shares, 500,000, and then a
Yeah,
couple of the replies were that's not a good thing because they're loaning out the shares.
yeah, it's and maybe they're loaning out synthetic shares, but it's just adding more rehypothecation. I'm not a big fan of these retirement funds jumping in now.
because they're
After
probably
reading
not.
that, I'm just like, oh my God.
And I thought they had certain requirements for diversification. Like I thought they had to diversify into specific sectors, like Vanguard, for
Well,
example.
all right, retirement funds, pension funds are, generally, they're more, they've always been bonds and, more,
Safe.
yeah, more safe bets. They're required to by ERISA. But the thing is they are getting into stocks just so they can loan them out for the interest rates, and the interest rates they're receiving aren't all that good. And another thing I figured out is the interest rate we see on shares that are being loaned out, that we always see on Stonka Tracker and everywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
That is inordinately low only because the prime brokers are not raising it up because they can't afford to hurt the hedge funds that have been borrowing the shares and are locked into these agreements, and they're going to keep the rates low. When the rates go high, like they did back in January, was an anomaly, only because the hedge funds had excess cash. With the rates this low and seemingly staying this low, no matter what we think the short interest is, whether it be in the case of GME, like 1.5, the outstanding shares are 3 times the float, or whatever number you want to choose.
Mm-hmm.
When the rates stay this low, it's because the prime brokers are keeping it that low. If they were to raise the rates, then it's going to send the hedge funds into a default situation, and it's not in their best interest to do so because it could bankrupt them, even the prime broker.
Wow.
So yeah, just the shadiness of it all after reading this, DD, is phenomenal.
You mind sending me that after we're finished here? I kind of want to go through that
Absolutely.
as well because I know some people on Twitter have been onto that as well. I've seen a couple mentions about that, the same thing you mentioned here. And we're pulling back now again on AMC. Uh, Neural says on the YouTube chat that they're loaning them out with the with the low interest because they know people are gonna hold.
Eh,
I don't know
I
about that.
disagree. After reading that, DD, I disagree. It's just not in the interest. It's not in the best interest of the prime brokers or anybody else to raise the rates, because the hedge funds can't afford it. Uh, you know, you sit there on Super Stonk, and they got people that sit there and post where Ken Griffin's plane is going
Oh
on a
my gosh.
on a daily, I mean, literally daily, hourly basis. These people are tracking him. I'm like, okay, guys, come on, get a life. But the interesting thing is he's flying to New York. He's in London right now. I think he's out trying to find money. I
Like
really think he's
investors.
out. You know, I think he is that close. He's just out there trying to find money.
I saw that as well. I think I saw it on Reddit. You know how they do that with Elon Musk as well. Like when he had an event here in uh Fremont, California, they were tracking his plane to see what time he arrived. And I saw the
Well,
same thing with Ken
yeah,
Griffin's private
yeah,
private plane.
with Ken Griffin's plane, and actually he's got 2 planes that they figured out. Um, one's a Cessna, and the other I can't remember what it is. Is
Gulfstream?
it a G? It might be a G5 or a G4, I think. But yeah, and then when Ryan was going all over the place, I don't know if it was Ryan that was tattling on himself, or a bunch of apes are trying to track him. But when he went to Virginia and Washington D.C., or he was in the D.C. area, and then he went to California, maybe it was him tattling on himself.
Yeah, I saw the Ken Griffin one where he was spending like a weekend in Chicago and then he went to New York and people were speculating that he didn't
Yeah.
go back home or something like that.
Well, his plane is now in London as of this morning.
Wow. I mean, it could be for all sorts of reasons.
Oh, it could be all for all sorts of reasons, but it's my bet is he's going hunting for money. That's just
Hmm.
my bet. It's just a feeling I get.
Let me ask him really quick.
Yeah, go ahead. Seems how you're one of his cohorts,
Oh
sitting there
man,
talking about that AI crap.
we're
Oh,
still
come on.
dropping. We're pulling back. The same thing I did not want AMC to do today. It's pulling back. How is this possible?
Because there's no retail buying.
Yeah, the volume has been coming down too. We're not number one on most active stocks right now. Let's see what number one is. Oh, we got Fannie Mae, Palantir, Apple, Baba, of course, Macy's, and DD. Neo and AMD. AMC's not on
Well,
here.
Macy's was number one yesterday,
As well,
wasn't it?
yeah. It keeps on hitting new highs. 22.52.
We were asked yesterday uh, about the low volume on GameStop, and I was sitting there and I said, yeah, I would love to see low volume on AMC, and I was sitting there trying to figure out what I would consider low volume considering the outstanding share count. And I don't know if AMC ever gets down to say 7 to 10 million in a day, as opposed to what it's doing, and holds that. I would say that right around there probably is when the the retail shareholder owns the float and then quite a bit more. But as long as it's staying elevated up at 25 to 50 million a day, uh, I'm willing to bet that there's still a shit ton of shares out there that the retail apes ain't holding.
Oh, the whole theory is that they own 80% of the float. I
And
don't know. I'm not buying that. Maybe a couple months ago, right?
a couple of months ago, yeah, before it got just shit on as far as dilution was, they might have held 200% of the outstanding at the time, but when it got diluted, you know, by 300 to 400 million shares, yeah, no, because those went straight to institutionals.
Yeah, William, the Cardano, I've been looking to buy, and then I mentioned that like a couple streams ago, and it just keeps on ripping. It's not pulling back for me. I'm gonna have to wait for a massive pullback in crypto to buy.
So you're saying it's left you behind?
For now, yes. We've seen a nice little bounce here on AMC, and it's not feeling me. Freaking think or
Well,
swim.
I think it was
Elon Musk.
Morantz. I think it was Morantz last night on his live, or maybe it was after hours. I can't remember, but his live that he talked about Cardano. Uh, and it may have been first morning or is evening when I don't know who's on, but somebody that was somebody that's also in that channel can verify this. But I think he said that no institutional, no Robinhood, no Coinbase, no yet none of the institutionals own Cardano, so it's not as manipulated as say Doge or Bitcoin or Ethereum, and it is probably the most trustworthy and stable
Coin.
coin there is. Yeah.
Yeah, my one of my friends, he's really big on crypto. He gave me this whole lecture on Cardano and Neuro on YouTube right now in our chat. He says he sees Cardano at $5 this year. My boy told me he sees it at 6.25 this year. He's like, it's going to $6, going to $6. He's like, I'm buying every week. He's like, just buy as much as you can and just hold for the long term.
Well, so the thing I hate about crypto, well, I don't hate, the thing I distrust about crypto is all the institutions involved. And I haven't, like I say, I've just heard this morning when I was going back and reviewing Morantz's stream. And if that is true, then it would be probably the only crypto I would trust right up until an institution gets involved with it, because after that it's going to be like Bitcoin, where Bitcoin went from what 16K to 70K in a short period of time. It was so manipulated, and and it's still manipulated to this day. You sit there and watch watch it change value $2,000 in a day.
Yeah.
That's insane. And if you sit there and go and look and see the overall volume of crypto changing hands, that's billions billions of dollars. Somebody's profiting billions of dollars a day. I'm just like, yeah, okay, no.
Wait till it gets regulated. Like Phoenix said. Is it? I think Binance is getting like cracked down on really aggressively.
Well, yeah, the UK's beating up on Binance, isn't it?
They got banned
Wasn't
from
it the
there, I
UK?
believe. I think Binance got banned in the UK, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think they got banned in the UK, and I think even the EU's beating up on them now. They keep making European news, which is
The
not a
wrong
good thing.
headlines. The wrong headlines.
Exactly. In some cases, any news is good news. Not necessarily. Not when you're getting banned. No, that's not a good thing, because you just lost a percentage of the world population as far as a customer. So yeah, it's not necessarily a good thing always.
Oh, what I just noticed right now is GameStop is not following AMC. AMC is just freaking flushing, and GameStop's actually green still. Huh?
I keep telling you,
On a Friday.
they stopped being linked at the hip back when we went to the Russell 2000, no, Russell 1000. We stopped being linked at the hip at that point in time. The only linkage there is between the two now is those meme stock ETFs. That is the only linkage any longer. They're no longer in the same setup. So I mean, they may follow on occasion, but it's a rarity now where they're move for move.
Mm-hmm. I think like 2 days out of the week we saw them move together. But like as we are speaking, AMC's like pulling back. AMC's like
Well,
wants 33.
well, see, I would attribute that to being linked into those meme stock ETFs, and I bet if you were to go find them all, you could see some similar movement there. But then again, it boils down to who controls those. Just like the ARK Investments, Kathy
Mm-hmm.
Woods, whatever her name is. I think it's Woods.
Cafe Wood.
Uh, yeah, but she, her money came from big banks as far as her startup funds.
Mm-hmm.
They basically control what can happen to everything that's inside those. She may make the ultimate choices on what she's going to buy, but the what is it, APs, they can tear it apart if they want and use whatever they want. Yeah, I don't trust funds. I would rather invest straight into a stock, or make my own choices as opposed to trusting somebody else.
Unless you're going long term, right? Is that like a different story? If you're going long term, say with like SPY or
Well,
QQQ.
oh God, as much as the market's manipulated, and as this is really starting to get worrisome. If that DD that I read this morning is correct, and how interlinked all these folks are, and they can't they can't liquidate hedge funds, because then that's going to leave them on the hook. Then their whole thing is they're going to sit there and try and pump up whatever assets, equities these hedge funds are holding as um, collateral in their accounts, because they're also loaning these collateralized equities out as well. But if that is true, then this whole run up of the SPY, the whole run up of the market, is nothing but a big fucking lie. It's all fake. If it is the case, then it's all fake.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's almost like we're living in, Alice in Wonderland. And hey, uh, it's you see what we let you see.
Mm-hmm. Damn.
I'm just saying, if that DD does prove out to be, really good, and there's suspicion that the guy is an insider to Wall Street, because I mean, this thing it's got a lot of knowledge in it.
So that one guy that posted that DD is supposedly some insider.
Yeah, well, that's the theory.
Hmm. Oh, we're kind of ripping here on AMC. Nice. Fill me up, baby. GameStop 157.
Yeah, we got a long ways to go to 170. I don't think it's going to make it today, though. Be nice if it did.
Let's see. We're
I
seeing
just don't.
some
I don't.
selling pressure on Tesla too. Tesla robot, baby.
Oh, good Lord. Okay, Jennifer.
What's that one movie where the robots take over with I think it was Will Smith?
AI.
Oh, I thought
No, is it? No,
iRobot.
no, what? No, that
iRobot, I
wasn't.
think.
No, it was iRobot or something. Shit. What the hell was that?
I thought it was iRobot.
AI was the kid. Um, it might be iRobot,
Uh, Phoenix
or
and
was it
William and
Master?
Saxelot says I think it is iRobot. Oh, look, somebody replied on Elon's tweet. It's the year when robots become self-aware. I think this is the scene from it from the movie.
Well, the robots really didn't become self-aware in iRobot. It was the main computer that was built as an AI. It still controlled all the robots except for one.
Macy's is tanking back down. It looks like it might go red today too. This was pulling back aggressively.
You mean red today as opposed to now? If you say red, back to Monday, then
No,
then you might be saying something. But red today from what it ran up yesterday, I mean, it had a good run yesterday.
no, Saxelot sold on that one. No, it did have an amazing run today, but I'm saying like today, like it's only up 0.5% now. Oh, and AMC is continuing its little pop here. Looks like we're headed back to 34. Let's wait for Tesla to come down under 681. Looks like we're cracking here. Bring down the house, baby. GameStop's holding nicely today. Will Smith is the catalyst. Let's see. Let's go to TQs really quick.
I'm sorry, Will Smith is not a cat.
The catalyst. Cardano is up 18%.
And just think, if you'd have bought yesterday,
No, like when I mentioned it three days ago, I believe. I think I mentioned it on Monday.
if you had bought 3 days ago, then I keep telling you, start trusting your gut.
I thought I was buying high. AMC short interest is 18%, 18.14%.
And you're getting that from where?
Latex.
Oh, Litex. Yeah.
GameStop is showing 10.66.
Again, Litex. Somebody over in Marantz's channel didn't like me using that, or didn't like that phrase. What? How are they lying? Well, they're selling information that's 2 days old, trying to sit there and say that it's current. Yeah, that's a lie. So,
It's like the Brazilian situation yesterday with AMC, where people were saying that there was like 2, 3 billion shares of AMC, but when you really think about it, it's because it was in a different currency.
no, they were sitting there. No, I looked at that. That said outstanding shares of 3 point whatever billion. No, look, I'm sorry. Unless I can pull it up myself, and which I didn't bother to go look.
Mm.
Sorry about that. I can Photoshop any damn thing I want.
I could put 10 billion and people go crazy. They'll love me for it.
Right.
I'll become the prophet.
I mean, I could sit there and pull a screenshot, screen grab of AMC on our market and Photoshop it and go, hey, look. No. So it was either an error or it was a Photoshop. You know, I, conspiracy theorists everywhere on every stock. I guarantee you. I mean, there's conspiracy theorists on GME. I'm not one
Tesla,
of them.
Bitcoin,
Yeah, that too. So it's just
everything.
like, come on. It's just people wanting to get something out there. Okay, whatever.
As for the robot situation with Elon, he says he has a prototype coming out sometime next year. You know that's complete BS. It's coming out like in 5 years. They're always so late and delayed on their deadlines. Like we're supposed to have the Cybertruck out. We're supposed to have semis.
Yeah,
We're supp-
Cybertruck's not coming out till what, next year now?
they keep pushing it. They keep extending the deadlines. So when
Yeah,
Elon says next year, you know it's like 5 years. What's
and
going on,
we're gonna
Gardenum?
be, and we're gonna be on we're gonna be on Mars.
3 years.
Uh, yeah, I'm gonna say okay, maybe by 2030. Okay.
The conspiracy theorists came on that saying the moon landing was fake.
Oh hell, that's always been a conspiracy theory. I mean, from basically 70s on.
Hmm. What was like one of the major factors in that? Was it the flag? How it was kind of bending? People were saying there's no air in
Because
space.
the flag was moving, but okay, there's no wind on the moon. Yeah, but that pole, as soon, yeah, look, I honestly think we did go there. I don't, I'm just not going to get into it. The- No, not going to get into it.
Let's not go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Let's see what AMC's at. Not bad, not bad of an open. I'm still trying to see if Tesla comes down for me today. Want to be patient on
Hey,
this one.
hey, $6 and six
No,
dollars. Oh yeah, $6.94.
it's not coming down. Just CKR Construction says just walked in on that conversation. Welcome.
Now the DKR is Robert Booker.
Oh, CKR. Oh, okay.
Yeah, CKR. Yeah, it's Robert Booker's business account. He must be working on another video.
Oh, for his marketing.
Yeah.
Nice. Get a logo up on there, Boker. The number was in BDRs, the RALs, right? The RALs. So the 3 billion
Uh,
number is correct. That's exactly what I meant earlier. The currency conversion totals out. They should have just used the wrong termination. Yeah, yeah. He mentioned that. Rob mentioned that. How it says outstanding shares. The flag wasn't moving. It was hanging off a pole, so it just didn't flip flop down because there isn't any wind for the flag to blow in. AMC. Oh, pulling back slightly. Let's set another on Tesla and go back to AMC.
well, for every rip, there's going to be,
A
a
dip.
little bit of a pullback.
That's why I got out at 70. Or where'd I get out at? I got 83 around here. I'm just gonna wait for it to come down again. Neuro says, gonna be honest, I think AMC's a big pile of crap. I think it's turning into one.
I think anybody holding it should be, sitting there, should not, it's not advice or not financial advice, but if it was me, I'd be sitting there playing this thing because it is getting real predictable what it's going to do. And if you can make a buck or two every share, then you can end up buying back in for more shares
Like
and
the
just
low
keep running it
30s.
up. Yeah. As long as it's holding this range and it keeps doing the same thing week in and week out, I would be sitting there flipping this thing because if you don't have 25,000, you've got, in your account, you've got 3 days to buy back in.
I just feel bad for the people who bought like at 70 on AMC.
Yeah. But by that same token, they could also be sitting there bringing down their cost average overall if they were to be doing this, because they could actually increase their number of shares. But I agree. If you can't average down, if you don't have the cash to average down, then this is a way to start bringing that average down, because you'll end up grabbing more shares than you originally held.
Macy's did go red, by the way. It just turned red today.
Meh.
Robinhood is I believe also red, slightly, yeah, 3/4. It's 81.81%.
I'll be happy when Robinhood goes to 0.0000001.
See, it's not gonna go there.
No, not as long as people are buying manipulated cryptos through them.
Thank you to all the apes who bought my 1,500 shares at 60 plus. There's always another sucker. That's what they say. GameStop still kind of holding 157. I'm kind of surprised there. I'm actually surprised it's not following AMC today. I don't think I would have saw that. 55% drop on Prague. Oh, it's a penny. It's a penny stock. We're at 65 cents on this.
What's one of the other penny stocks that people are always talking about?
Sundial.
That's it. That one. They're thinking that one's going to rip because what? New Jersey legalized.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
New Jersey's a small ass state. Sorry for
That's
anybody up
tanking.
there, but y'all really are a small state. You're not the smallest, but damn, it's close.
Yeah,
What
this
is it?
one's at
Delaware is the
69.
smallest one.
I think, yeah, Delaware. We're looking at 69 cents for Sundial.
Wasn't it just 80 at the like 80 Monday?
I'm not too sure. Let me check.
See, I wouldn't. Somebody asked last week, I think, about Sundial, and I said I wouldn't. I wouldn't even think it's close to being a buy until it's right around 50 cents, and then I'm still not putting a whole lot of money into it.
It was at 77 cents pre-market on Monday. Let's see the trending tab on Twitter. Let's see what's trending, what people are talking about on Twitter. Hashtag National Radio Day. Hashtag Trump was right. Hashtag Friday Feeling. Mm, the FBI. Cult of Personality. I think that's a song, though.
Yep.
And Elon's trending.
All because you talked about him and robots.
Wish is green. Right and Wish are green. Let's see Wish. I think Wish is having its dead cat moment. It's up 6%. Yeah, there's a gap to fill on here as well. Notice how last time it gapped from 11 down to like 10. Back in May, it closed that gap. Now there's another gap to close here at 9. Let's go back. What is another one? Right, Lordstown. Also green.
They don't even have a
Sundial.
product, do they? I mean, they're talking about a very small production, and I think they're not talking about that until like 2022, 2023.
They
And
have.
the truck is uglier than shit.
It's ugly. Yeah, I think they said they're gonna need more capital for it too. That's when
That's-
poo poo. That's when poo
Okay,
poo hit the fan really bad.
okay, so here comes more dilution.
Remember Clover? What's going on with Clover? Cardano making moves? Stop reminding me, man. Yeah, Cardano's making massive moves.
Somebody's trolling you.
Cardano price. Let's see, what's it at? AMC got my alert triggers pulling back again. Yeah, it's up 21%. So if I would have bought on Monday, I think I mentioned it Monday,
Yeah, you'd be up 21%, and
I'd be up 40 cents on the dollar, but it actually came down on Wednesday to 189. That's the thing. It's for a long-term play. I wouldn't really care.
Actually, yeah. I mean, any crypto is going to be a long-term play, but the question is when does the rug get pulled out on the ones, on the ones that are basically controlled by big banks and institutions? When do they pull the rug?
The VIX is tanking, by the way. It's at 1945. Notice how the VIX has
Oh,
this
I
consistent
thought I
pattern.
saw it up this morning. I'd swear I saw it up pre-market or holding at least.
It was slightly, but I'm pretty sure SPY's just ripping too. Yup, SPY 442, baby. Nasdaq is also pushing, as well as the Dow. Pulling back here on Tesla one more time. Will Tesla go red today? That'd be interesting to see. We nearly almost hit 700 today as well. Almost 700. And we were buying this at 650s the other day.
And
I
you sold at what, 680?
No, a little bit lower.
Oh, really?
That's when Stacks a lot was getting in my head.
Uh-huh.
All right, let's see this bad boy dump.
And Stacks bought your shares and then turned around and sold up there at the
He didn't
high
buy. He
side.
did not buy. He did not buy. So we
I
should
don't
see
know.
pullback.
I don't know why. I don't see any reason he would. I mean, other than just trolling you, I don't see any reason he'd lie about it.
He says now it's not my fault. I'm just messing with you, Stacks a lot. No, that was a good play. All right, let's see if she comes down lower. Let's set an alert.
Oh, here we go.
AMC, stop
You,
falling.
he's in the Discord, so you could sit there and go, hey, you know, what is it? Proof or ban?
Oh, that was what Wall Street bets.
Pretty much, yeah.
Did Wall Street bets really like quiet down compared to like earlier this year,
Oh hell, I don't think so.
or is
I
it still
sneak over there.
crazy?
I sneak over there on occasion. Um, they've, from what I've seen, they've changed it up quite a bit to where they've got their uh, they make main subject posts that people can post in. It's not near as bad as it used to be, where you'd get everything under the sun. Uh, I don't know how they're controlling that, or I don't know. I don't think they can move posts around into these folders, but yeah, it's actually cleaned up a little bit from what I've seen, or maybe it is just lack of activity.
Yeah, because it was a jungle back earlier this year. RI is the
Um,
smallest state. Is that Rhode Island? RI? I thought it was what was it? What'd you say? Delaware?
yeah, it might be. It might be. Yeah, it is. It might be Rhode Island.
Which state is the smallest? Rhode Island. And number two is Delaware. Oh, it's kind of shaking out here. Little earthquake or what? Nice
It's
little pop here.
California. Y'all have these daily, don't you?
I don't feel them. Usually I feel them in the morning for some reason. I think it's just I'm still.
No, it's just because you're sleeping under the interstate.
Nice little, oh man. Nice little pop here on Tesla. We're getting $1 per share. So, you know what that means? We have momentum. So let's size up the shares. Let's create another alert. Remove this line. And go back to AMC. Hmm. Uh, John says, so I'm holding AMC at a very low average. As a general rule, do you guys like lower average or more shares when you're looking at trading? Uh, as a general rule, do you guys like lower average or more shares?
Well,
I'm
if
confused.
you're sitting there thinking about it, continuing to make these moves, and you want to, profit while it's making these moves where it's predictable. Me, I would want more shares. because for every share, if it moves a dollar, and I, have somehow managed through the process of scalping it and turn around buying back in at a dollar less, and it goes up a dollar, I sell them and I wait till it comes down a dollar. I'm actually making more money. I'm buying more shares because I'm reinvesting everything, and eventually I'm to the point where, and I've done it where I pull out the original money I invested, and then I'm playing with nothing but house money thereafter. Now I am still going to be responsible for capital gains taxes, so that you have to I have to factor that in. But if I'm playing with house money, it's a win every day of the week,
Mm-hmm. I mean, if you
and it
have
can. Yeah,
if
and if it goes to zero, if it does go bankrupt, I'm playing with house money. I lost nothing. I get the tax write off.
hmm right. So I would say if you have a low like average on AMC and you want to accumulate more, then obviously you'll still be green. But if you bought in like at 70, 60, I would say that's a big mistake. You never want to average on a loser. That's just me though. Because why would you add to a losing trade unless you're like super convicted?
Well, if you can make, all right, let's use AMC as the example. All right, it's moving anywhere from 30 to 34 on a weekly basis. That's $4. You can, for every share that you can, even if I had a number of shares right now, which I don't, but if I did, if I wanted to try and make back that $50,000 I lost back in January because they shut off, they just shut everything down, and then Adam Aaron, diluted into it and screwed me real bad. Um, if I had any significant amount of shares, I'd be sitting there flopping this back and forth just so I could get that money back, and then I'm gonna sit there and try and make money off of it. So yeah, it it's not a bad play if it's sitting there doing that, but there's also there is the risk of it going breaking 30 and going down to 25 or 20, just because the fundamentals don't support this price, and even the fundamentals after all the dilution really don't support 20. But I if I had a $70 average, I'd still and still had the shares, I'd still be doing this, just because it is running in a channel right now, and it's pretty predictable. Uh, yeah, I mean, it would be interesting. Uh, not, yeah, I think AMC would have to, make the movie and produce it themselves. I don't think anybody else really cares. Yeah, and then they sneak in their own snacks and drinks and everything, so AMC wouldn't make any money off concessions. Stars, should he buy? Should he buy just so he can sell? Well, GameStop's holding right around 156. Not a great day by any stretch of the imagination, but
I was muted. I'm sorry about that. I was muted. I didn't even know. What? I was talking to myself.
well, you were talking to me. I heard you.
Oh, you heard me out the Discord, right? Sorry about that.
No,
Oh no, I was talking about AMC $33. How we're 33 pre-market. We have 32.70s on Monday pre-market. Oh, right around market open. Looks like we're gravitating towards that, and also Tesla pulling back. Damn it, it's bounced already. Today's a good day to catch the bounces. Why? Because we are green today. The indices are pushing. They're pushing. Dow's pushing. SPY's pushing to new highs. Nasdaq pushing to new highs. It's a good day. It's a good day. Good day to catch these buys. These dip buys. Keith says I heard you. Really? Yeah, you're not gonna fool me with that one.
What? You're not going to follow Darth's suggestion?
Oh no, I'm talking about Keith. He says he heard me. I know he didn't hear me.
Oh,
There's no way.
boy, people just trolling you all over the place, aren't they?
Cardano and Tesla dips and this and that. Oh wow, 3308. Exactly the pre-market low is what we bounce off of. Interesting. Keith says I heard all. Thanks, helpful discussion. I'm holding at $12, says John. AMC.
Well,
Yep, there's 33.
John, it's your account, your money. You need to do you, whatever you think is in your best interest. Nobody else can do it for you.
I mean, ask yourself, are you content with your profits? Do you want more? Do you?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, still it boils down to the issue of taxes. Depending upon when he got in,
Oh, that too.
it could save himself 20-25% if he holds it a year. Could be. I mean, that could be the thing that makes or breaks it.
Right.
Because Uncle Sam's coming after that money. There's no
He's
question.
coming after the apes. Every single ape. Nice bounce on Tesla. It is what it is. Let's go back to AMC. Looks like AMC's already had a small bounce here off the lows of 33. Do we retest 33 and crack? That's the question. We're down only 1.7%, while GameStop is actually still green, holding 156. Very, very interesting day. Oh, Guardian Home says he got a text, a spam
Yeah,
text.
I read that. I'm just like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna go rush over and buy it.
I wonder how many people actually fall for that. Like, what? Tesla bought our one at 692. I'll just wait for it to come back down, just like AMC is right now. What's the next support level after or under 33? Um,
It's still 30. I thought
3250.
tonight.
32. Friday and Monday, we were right around that level. Friday market open and we cracked 32 slightly, and then that was when we started the bull run to 33, 38 actually. So $40 is still a resistance level here. There's AMC at 3304. Did we crack 33? Let's see how many buyers we have here near the lows. It's actually bouncing off the 33 mark pretty nicely, to be honest. A couple days ago, we weren't seeing this either. We're just flushing.
Yeah, we're
Yesterday
going down
midday.
to the 40s.
Yesterday, look at this. We came from 35 down to 33 in the span of like 2 hours. I think this is just because we're so close to market open. It's up 2% today. Shrug. At least it's green, man. At least it's not following the footsteps of AMC. It could be worse for GameStop. It could be red like AMC today. Looks like we're about to crack 33. It's so close, but it's bouncing.
I'm being stared at by 7 ducks.
The
That
ducks are still
it's like
there.
it's like my cats. I walk into the kitchen, the cats all run up to me and just sit down and stare at me like I'm gonna give them food.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm not giving y'all shit. Just keep on moving. Go down to the river. Go find yourself some food down there, suckers.
Have a good weekend, I'm John. Historically speaking, they are right. You do give them food.
The cats, yes. Not the ducks. About ready to put one on a spit and
Cook it.
yeah, they're looking kind of juicy.
AMC is literally on the brink of cracking 30, and it's not cracking. Matt Core sent those ducks because you were talking
Watch
about
out.
AMC.
Watch out. You know, it's bound to
Matt
make you a
Core
lot.
sent the ducks. That's funny. Wrap it in bacon. Oh, there's such thing as duck meat, right? Oh, we just cracked 30.
Like I said, it's going to make you into a liar.
Patience will pay. Patience will pay. Patience will pay. Patience will pay. New low. We're
You
coming
should
for
go
it.
ahead you should go ahead and set your buy at like $25.
Wait, let's see. Let's
Oh,
see.
wait. You know what? I think I had a buy order in at 30.
30 is gonna be like that bounce play out like Bitcoin. That's gonna bounce off. AMC hits 30, it's probably gonna bounce off of there.
Let me go see if I did.
Oh, come on, come on, come on. 89 is the low. 30 to 89. What was it on Monday? We said 30. Come on, think or swim. I can't find the time frame.
Oh,
31.
don't tell me it hit 30 because I've got a buy in at 30 and it didn't hit yet.
No, it hasn't hit. Oh man.
And I'll turn around and sell it for 34 and I'm gonna do what I was talking about earlier, and I'll just sit there and build up the shares using the money using that money. I'll sit here and play this thing all week long, all day long. I don't care.
William says buy AMC at 12 to $15.
That's about the right price for it. I mean, that's where the fundamentals say it should be, and that's not even, or that's counting. No, that's not even counting in the cash burn they're going through on the $2 billion that they got through uh, dilution.
Oh,
I
Tesla's
mean, in
coming back
all
down.
honesty, with all the dilution that they did, um, and their debt load and the cash burn they're going through, I'm thinking 12 might even be high.
Oh man, it's going back down to 10.
But you remember when they originally proposed that 500 million, and I told you that is the point where I'm sitting there going, yeah, the stock's now worth about $4, if that.
Yep. If that would have been approved, they would have diluted this stock like no tomorrow.
Oh, there'd have been, well, no, because he came out and said, oh, I won't sell any this year. But 2022 hit, you could pretty much guarantee there'd be 1 billion shares outstanding in circulation.
It blew my mind how people thought that was bullish. Like, I don't think people understood what that meant. 500 million share dilution. I don't think
Well,
they
maybe
grasped it.
I mean it's bullish if he's going to do a split, but that's not what they were planning on doing. If they were going to do a split, they would have done a split, back in January, February, or even May.
Hmm.
No, they just straight up diluted. Um, I mean, when a company goes out and if it's been locked up tight with outstanding shares that they're authorized to issue at max, and they go and it's been that way for years or a couple of years, and then they go to the shareholders and say, hey, we'd like to be authorized for more shares for you know this or that purpose, but we're also thinking maybe a split, or you don't even have to say it, but they're not hurting for money, then it's not a bad thing. That is actually bullish in that instance, because they could end up doing a split. Like, use GME as an example. They've got 70 million shares or so out there, but they're authorized up to 300 million.
Hmm.
And they're not diluting, they're not using them. They with that excess, it's bullish that they've got the room to do a split if it's 3 for 2, or 4 for 3, or what have you. Everybody wants a 7-to-1. They can't do that. The best they could do is about a 4-to-1, but they're not going to do that because that locks them into we got nothing. If we need money for something, we got nothing we can issue. So they're not going to do anything that crazy. But I mean, if they were to do a 3 for 2 or something like that, that is a bullish thing, because it will bring the price down to where average Joe can buy more. It rewards the shareholders. So in some instances it is, But in the case of AMC, it was not bullish at all because they were going to sell. They were going to dilute because hey, retail was holding and they weren't going to sell. So hey, we're gonna make money off of this.
Hmm. So now that's just basically postponed, though. I think that'll still revisit. I think dilution will still revisit, but I'm not too
Yeah,
sure
they're
what size.
well, they've got to do, and the 25 million that they wanted this go around was just to re uh, refund hyphen fund, not refund, but they were going to fund the bonus, the executive bonus shares pool again, because that's what they used for that 25 million last one. All the
Yeah.
executive, the board of directors said, yeah, let's get this money while we can, and then we'll just go to the shareholders and say, hey, we need this amount of shares, and that was only for so the executives could get their bonuses,
And you were right
which
about that. I remember people were like, "How did they dilute? They didn't have any shares available." And you were like, "They pulled it out from the what was it? They had it and they had them in store, right? I think they only have
yeah,
what 43,000 left right now."
something like that. Yeah, next to nothing.
Yeah, but I remember you exactly knew where they came from.
It's because I looked into
And some
them.
people were like,
I
where
spent
did they?
I spent weeks going through all of their filings. And it's just like, okay, well, everybody thought they were done. Nope, they still got those. And when they turned around and announced it, I was like, yep, that's where it came from. I mean, the filings are there. You just got to spend the time going through and looking. And it's a pain in the ass
Oh
sometimes,
man, they're like 100 pages and they're just like,
and, and,
man.
it, and, it, and it pisses you off. I mean, it really does. When you sit there and you start digging into the filings and you sit there and read what they're doing, and you're like, how is this beneficial for shareholders?
Bad back.
And
Oh, go ahead.
and you draw a blank because you try and figure out what they're thinking, and it's like they just don't give a shit.
We're bouncing back to 33 on AMC here. Nice little bounce. Is that a dead cat bounce? Is it going to come back to new lows?
See
Possibly.
now, if I'd had um, that $30 buy hit, I'd already have my sell order in
Oh, you would
for
have had a nice little profit. Yeah.
yeah. Well, $4. I mean, $3 or $4, big deal. But hey,
I mean, think
every
about it.
$3 or $4 adds up, and eventually,
Yeah, get your
I
money back.
buy 2 shares.
It looks like
It's,
Games. It looks like GameStop's actually kind of reacting to AMC here, pulling back.
see, there you go, trying to draw.
I need my bias, man. Someone
Yeah, you
confirm
need.
my bias.
Uh-huh.
Badback says dilution will not pass for AMC until after it pops. Retail will not approve.
Oh, buyback. Glad you're here. The Marantz Rants invited you over to his channel uh, when Ralph goes offline. Ralph, you'll have to post the link because I'm.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but anyway, uh, Marantz really wanted to talk to you.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Well, I mean, I told Marantz I'd tell buyback about it or badback. That's what it is. I think badback, right?
They probably won't approve dilution, to be honest. Like
Oh,
Adam Aaron should have known that, and he should have just left the 25 million on the table from last time. I don't think it would have affected the stock too much.
they still wouldn't have approved it.
You know what? Adam Aaron is such a good salesman. He is gonna brainwash the apes into diluting more, so they can get funds to fund all these projects they're working on.
Yeah, if they keep all right, look, if he sells, which I think he's going to do before the end of the year, if he sells any of his shares, or if any more of the execs keep selling and not buying at these prices, I don't think the apes are going to approve a damn thing. But the salary and compensation plans, those are advisory only. They're just sitting there telling you this is what we're doing. You may not like it, you can vote no, but we're still doing it
Hmm.
because they have that they tell you in the filings. It's advisory only. We're just letting you know what we're doing.
They're all gonna dump. Adam Aaron is selling his shares. I don't know why people think that's FUD. That's making you a show. He said it himself. What was the plan called? 10p51.
10B51.
He's selling because he's not diversified enough. Do you believe that? I call BS on that.
Yeah, okay.
He's not diversified enough.
Prove it. Proof or ban
He's
is what I would.
that's what they should tell him. Proof or ban. He's not diversified enough. I think was he the he's on the
Show us,
board.
show us just show us your account. Let's see how diversified you are. Let's
He,
see where you're putting your money.
he's on the
Uh-huh.
board of a Citadel SPAC.
Well, I'm just saying, let's see where you're putting your money. Let's see, and then let's ask, why didn't you buy shares this year? Why did you gift 500,000 shares? Why didn't you buy shares back when it was 4, 8, 12 bucks?
Or $50 because he knows they're not
Yeah.
worth that much.
I mean, if it's that strong of a company, if you think it's that good and you think you're that good, why aren't you buying shares personally with your money instead of waiting for sitting there determining, well, I deserve this number of bonus shares. Excuse me? If you believe in the company that strongly, and you are such a good salesperson, well, isn't buying your own product the ultimate?
Confidence, like he believes in himself. Like he said that
Yeah,
that the shorts should not bet on Adam Aaron. Like then buy AMC.
I mean, I'm sorry if I see executives, in the C-suite buying shares with their own money instead of just the gifted shares, that have to go through a 3-year vesting period. But if I see executives buying shares with their own money, that means they have a lot of faith in themselves and in the company, its product. And AMC really isn't a production company. It doesn't produce a damn thing. It is a service company to the movie producers. That is all it is. It is a service company, and streaming is better service, in all honesty.
Ravenstone says like Ryan Cohen has 9 million shares and hasn't sold one yet.
And he wants to buy more, but he can't contractually yet. I guarantee you he would buy more if he could, but he was locked out when he made his original buy. He still managed to take over the damn board of directors. And I think that was their major fear, was if he bought more, he'd sit there and come in and say, yep, I'm going to do this. And he still managed to do it because they were inept. The board of directors was inept, didn't have enough controlling interest. I keep going, any number of reasons, and he managed to still walk in and go, "Yep, I'm the head honcho now."
Badback says, yeah, Adam Aaron is not diversified. Like I'm supposed to believe he, a CEO of a company, doesn't have a diversified portfolio. He's out for himself like everyone else. That's
At
the
least man, I'm so glad he sees through the bullshit. I really am.
It's like I don't know how people don't see it. Like how in love do you have to be with Adam Aaron or AMC to not see that? He went to Harvard. He's
Well,
been the CEO of other companies. Do you really believe he's not well
okay.
diversified?
You got to understand a lot of investors these days only started getting involved when COVID hit. Before that, they could go out, they could party, they could spend their money at the bar. Once COVID hit, they had to find something to entertain themselves.
Hmm.
They're too new, they're too young in this. And unfortunately, a lot of them still believe crap they see on the internet, crap they see on MSM. And it's all lies. If you don't verify it yourself, better count it as a lie. Once you verify it, then you can sit there and go, yep, it's the truth. But they're all not. I'm going to say something that's probably going to piss a bunch of people off. They're all just a little too naive. They're too new to what, you know, just the way this shit's manipulated. And, you know, until you verify, don't believe a damn thing you hear, read until or read through mass publications. Verify yourself through filings. Sit down and think about it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Use your critical thinking skills. And, you know, like Bad Bag says, yeah, I'm supposed to believe that. Exactly. The man makes salary wise, what, little over 3 million a year.
Mm-hmm.
Then he gets bonuses. Then he gets shares gifted to him from the company. Thank you, AMC supporters, for allowing that and, you know, making sure it stays viable and holding its value. So I think Morantz came up with around 20 million last year he made, just, you know, between all of the pay structure.
20 million and he's not diversified.
Yeah, exactly.
What does he have? 19 million in Dogecoin or what? Is that the case, Mr. Adam Aaron?
But, you know, if people use critical thinking skills, it's like, yeah, right. You expect us to believe that.
I think he's just insulting everybody.
Well, it is insulting. I personally find it insulting. Everybody should as well.
Eric says AMC is just a squeeze play. I don't think anybody really cares what the company does. They just want to squeeze to make money. That was the case at the beginning, but what I saw
Yes.
was that Adam Aaron transformed speculators that were speculating a short squeeze into hardcore AMC fans, that people that love him and AMC. He transformed a lot of people that were just looking for a squeeze into long-term holders. That's what I saw.
Well, I'm going to ask. So, where's this squeeze play coming from? When you sit there and you look at the short volume, that's been sub 40%, 40% or below since March. Where is this squeeze coming from?
Oh man,
I
it's
mean,
bouncing again.
if you have say 60% short volume on those kind of numbers that you have on AMC, then I could see that. But when you only got 40, 38, 30% for literally months on end, there's really not anything there to be shorted or short squeezed. I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but the numbers just don't support it. So I mean, this is turned into a as far as I'm concerned, it's turned into a long-term value play, and it just matters to what value you put on it and what value somebody else that might want to buy it puts on it. And if they look into the numbers, it's overvalued.
So it's like the tool of craze. Palantir CEO gives 180,000 in New Hampshire river hermit whose house burned down. Palantir.
Weren't they on a
I
run
mean,
yesterday too?
oh, a Palantir?
Yeah,
I think the gold news, they bought a lot of gold.
yeah, 50 million,
Mm-hmm.
which is I mean, it was what, 100-ounce bars, I think.
I'm
Notice
not sure, but it was 50
you
mil.
notice they didn't buy a crypto; they bought gold.
Exactly, not Bitcoin. This is not Bitcoin. Looks like we might get a new low here. Unless there's billions of FTDs, I don't think it'll squeeze, says Kyoto.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's got to be a significant number of FTDs, and I'm not even sure that we. I mean, there might be squeeze potential there because we're not even sure we can trust the FTD numbers. We can't trust the SI number. I mean, there might be, I'm thinking we're already in that dollar range. I see, some people say it can run up to 50, 70, others say 500. I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. But until they've got to report some really outstanding numbers, attendance numbers, profit numbers, for anybody to believe that they're still a going concern. They've got to start making a profit over and above what their debt maintenance is.
And we're flushing as we speak. We're pulling back. We're mid 32 level now.
Come on down to 30. Let me buy my share back
Oh
that
man,
I can
one share.
that I can sell again at 34, and then I'll let it flush back down to 30. I'll buy it again.
I think we're looking oversold here, to be honest, on the 5 minute. I think we're in for a bounce too. So I'll probably hold on to these probably into close. Hopefully this doesn't tank aggressively. It's like 31 today. Tesla's also pulling back. But
Hush, Ralph.
I
Don't
think,
jinx me.
all right, we'll see what happens. I think we're gonna end the stream here, guys. Of course, we're live every single day. Um, we're gonna be back Monday pre-market, and I mean,
Pre-market? You're
I
going to be
always
back
say
pre-market?
pre-market.
Really?
I always say pre-market. I
Wow.
mean market open.
Uh-huh. You ain't been pre-market in a freaking month or
Years,
more.
probably like 2 months
Actually,
probably.
you're actually usually post, open.
Wash, rinse, and repeat.
You usually a couple of minutes behind.
I usually just start right at open, but we'll see what happens. I mean, let's see if Rob gets his $30 today on AMC, but we're still waiting for Cardano to drop. We're gonna obviously keep buying the dip on Tesla. If AMC comes down, I won't add more just because I don't want to average in on it as it comes
Oh,
down to
oh,
30 because I don't know this time. Can it crack 30 this time? Maybe. I don't know. So we'll see. Then back to the happy-go-lucky channels.
make sure you post Marantz's.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That way, Bad Back has a way to find it. Look forward to seeing you there, Bad Back. I'm there too, or will be as soon as
All
this
right,
ends.
we're all migrating. We're migrating to Cardano. I mean Cardano. We're going to Marantz. I'll try Red Williams. I'll chat. We're going to It's kind of windy
Oh
out here.
hell,
What the hell?
my TD Ameritrade account went down $103,000. Oh, my transfer went through,
All
obviously,
right.
for going to Fidelity.
Yeah, Marantz is on.
Is he on live now?
I'm gonna migrate to Marantz. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for joining. Thank you, Bob, for being on with us.
Hey, no
Um,
problem. Thanks for having me.
hopefully we get on with the Marantz stream soon. Hopefully he knows how to fix his Discord so we can get on the three-way call.
His Discord is working. He's just got to figure out how to friend you, and that way he can call you. Well, actually, yeah, we have to make a group. But yeah,
That'd be an interesting stream though. An interesting stream.
yeah, you need to work on that because I ain't gonna.
I'll hit him up. I'll hit him up. All right, guys. I will
Uh,
see you guys Monday. Peace
Everybody have a good
out.
weekend.
Be safe, Rob. Thank you so much. Peace out.